Alright, guys, fellas podcast, back at it again. It's gonna be a chill one today. Got me and Nick on the tap.
I like it when it's just two of us. I told this to Ty before we started recording. It's just more chill. We have like an actual conversation instead of like talking like it's mandatory. So it's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
cause I'll do like 2, 3. When it's like 4 and 5 though,
Yeah,
that
that's
can
a little
get
that's a little crazy, but
especially if Lucas is in the shit too.
I'm hoping that the next baseball one we do, the last one. Oh yeah, I gotta apologize for this. The last NFL one we did and MLB one we did with the special guests. Unfortunately, my file for my audio wasn't there, but these. Why did I say it like that? But this one is, and so is the NBA one that's coming out before it. Um, so we should be good to go. Uh, this should be like one of the most chill episodes. The last one we just did was my favorite one. I don't know about you, but I think that was like,
Y'all will see that. That's NBA one with Jack again.
yep.
Y'all will see that in a minute.
All right.
Let's get it going. Alright, so just recently, Kareem Hunt requested a trade from the Browns, surprisingly, but of course the Browns denied it. What do you think, Nick, about Kareem Hunt? What do you think? What's his mindset?
Uh, I think, I think he wants to play for a winner because I remember he was on the Chiefs, but I don't know if he what's it called? If was he on that team where when Patrick Mahomes was there, or was he gone? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, he played 2018 Mahomes' MVP season. He was there.
Okay. So I'm assuming he wanted to win before he went to Cleveland, and he probably went to Cleveland. I don't know. I don't remember. Did he trade it or did he sign?
He got traded. No, he got signed.
Okay. He probably signed with Cleveland, having the same intentions because he might have thought Baker Mayfield was gonna, do good, and they also had a nice Nick Chubb. They still do. Um, and I don't know. I think if he was to go anywhere, I don't know. He could go to the Bills. I would not mind that, even
That would
though
be
we do
dope.
have
Yeah,
Devin Singletary, because he would actually kind of help us, because our running backs are still developing. I think I don't know. Did we get rid of Zach Moss? Because I remember someone said we did, but I don't think we did.
I believe you did. And if you guys didn't, he's gonna see no playtime this year at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play. He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't bad, but he was just like a mediocre kind of.
Yeah.
But Devin Singletary, I do have high hopes for. But yeah, I think he should go to the Bills. That's not like a biased answer. Like it kind of is, but
Oh, it's completely acceptable.
it also makes sense because like we have the receivers, even though we lost Cole Beasley because he didn't want to get vaccinated, and then we lost what's his name, Emmanuel Sanders. But we still have Stephon Diggs, my favorite player. We also have Jamison
Diggs,
Crowder, Gabe Davis, who's supposed to do
kind of a
really good.
toss-up. Isaiah
Oh,
McKenzie,
speaking of running backs, we have James Cook. I forgot about that.
yeah, I was gonna say that in my take. Yeah.
Yeah. So we also have James Cook. So, I mean, Kareem Hunt could also mentor them, which would be really good. Except I hope it doesn't mentor them to kick people in elevators, or else we're screwed. So, anyways,
Good idea.
what do you think? Where do you think he's gonna go, if he gets traded or stays?
So, I mean, the past few years has been the best backfield in football.
Yeah, no
Nick
question.
Chubbs and Kareem Hunt.
Kareem
So,
Punt. Yeah.
Kareem Hunt could definitely take an RB1 role somewhere else. I think he's definitely capable of starting on a different team.
Bills.
But it's obvious. I see why the Browns declined it because they just got Sean Watson,
Yep.
Mari Cooper.
Oh yeah, Amari.
By the
Dude,
way,
I forgot
Watson,
about
Mari
that.
Cooper.
Oh my god, that's like the most forgettable trade ever. Amari Cooper to
Yeah,
the
they
Browns.
were combined the highest paid quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL. So it's really obvious what the Browns are trying to do. Um, yeah, with Kareem Hunt, I do agree with the Bills because I think if you request a trade like that, he definitely wants to win now. So James Cook, all you fantasy players out there, bro, I'm telling you, James Cook is a
I
sleeper.
hope so. I hope so. He
Look for
looks
that man
good.
this year.
I remember watching him once. It was like me and Zach or something. I think you might have been there. We were like watching this college game, and he's like, "Oh, that's James Cook." I was like, "Is that Delvin Cook's brother?" And I think yeah, it was you. I think you're like, "Yeah, that's his brother." And I was like, "No, it's not. I think that was you. It was either you or Zach. I don't remember." But yeah, and then we got him, which is kind of funny. So I like it. It's cool. I hope he does
That
good.
was your first round too, and
We also got Kyer Elam too as a corner.
the 29th pick, I think. Honestly, a steal of the draft in my opinion. He should have gone way higher.
Hmm.
But just with the Bills last season, their running game was just messy. I mean, they had Singletary pretty much all three downs down the field. Then when they got in the red zone, they would sub in Zach Moss. I mean, it was like that every single drive. It didn't make much sense to me, but Singletary will adapt to this new role. I think good. I think Singletary and Cook go drive for drive. To be honest,
I'd like that. That'd be cool.
watching Cook in college, he can handle that workload.
Hmm.
All right. So and then just another quick trade rumor that happened. The Raiders did end the trade moves of trading Josh Jacobs. So like, what do you think? You think they should have traded Josh Jacobs? What do you think? Because he has been pretty mid the past few years.
Yeah, he was on my fantasy team last year. Um,
Mm.
I don't know. I think it depends. If he can be how he was like his like what was it rookie year?
Yeah, his rookie year was his
Yeah,
best year.
yeah. If he could be like how he was in his rookie year, then I think they should keep him. But I don't know if he will because he probably won't get the ball as much. Considering you have Darren Waller, you now have an all or Pro Bowler and Hunter Renfro who can route run for a lot, and you also have Devonte Adams who happens to be the best wide receiver in the league, who played with Derek Carr in college. So I don't know. If I was Josh Jacobs, my mindset is to win, and once I become a winner, I can leave because once I win, that's your goal. All right, you want to win. Then when you're done that, if unless you're Tom Brady, then you can go somewhere else and prove yourself to be a good player, whatever you want to do, get money, you know. So that's my thought.
Yeah, solid player. I mean, we saw his ceiling his rookie year. Ceiling, the goddamn moon. Just his floor right now has not been good. But I think it's just the workload, to be honest. You just gotta get in the right system. I think Josh McDaniels coming in right off of Bill Belichick. Oh, the Pats obviously run first team, just smash mouth football, two tight end sets, fullbacks, all that jazz. But Josh Jacobs will get more touches, more pass out of the backfield. So if he doesn't put up good numbers this season, then I've lost all hope. So I think they should trade him.
Okay, I like that. That's a good one.
All right, this is a juicy ass question. All right, will the Cowboys pursue OBJ?
I like this question. When I saw you write this, I was like, oh.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think if the Cowboys really, really want to keep Dak and win, even though what did they franchise tag him last year and he signed an extension or something?
Yeah, Dak's locked in.
Yeah, they're gonna keep Dak unless they're gonna trade him somehow. They did lose Amari Cooper, but they still have what's his face? Who was that dude? Michael Gallup. They still have Michael Gallup, who's pretty solid.
And CeeDee Lamb.
They could bring in OBJ. That would be a good addition. I think they should pursue him because the Cowboys are trying to win, even though they had to let go of one of the best wide receivers in the league in Amari Cooper. I still think OBJ is very good. I don't think he's washed. He was just a second to third string wide receiver on a championship team, so he wasn't getting the ball nearly as much, but he was still getting open. He was still getting his touchdowns. So I think if they do get OBJ, I think he will go close to his Giants form, but he won't be quite there yet. He'll take like maybe a year or two to develop back into that, or anything close really. But that's what I think.
Yeah, especially after the ACL tear. I don't think we're gonna get the OBJ Giants back. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure at this moment because CeeDee Lamb is definitely fit for that wide receiver one role.
Hmm.
And
Oh yeah,
for
CeeDee Lamb
OBJ,
too. Oh my God, how did I forget CeeDee Lamb? Yeah,
you got Gallup.
CeeDee Lamb
So
too. Yeah, okay. I think they
Um,
should pursue him if they want to have a good offense to pass to, because they already got the run game down with Pollard and Zeke. Sorry. Anyways, oh my God.
are you good? So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, with OBJ. So this was like before he came to the Rams. He was saying out he doesn't want like a true wide receiver one role. He's kind of wants like a 2 or 3 and just kind of like sit back. So he's not a fan of the big workloads like he had at New York and Cleveland. I mean, it's it's a good reason too because he experienced that twice.
He got injured from it, so I don't
Yeah.
blame the guy. I can't blame the guy. I mean that sucks.
Okay.
I do the same thing.
I'm completely fine with CeeDee Lamb being wide receiver one.
Hmm.
It's usually with wide receivers that they make that jump in year two, and he clearly did last year.
Justin Jefferson's a prime
He's-
example of that.
And well, I was about to say Jamar
Jamar
Chase,
Chase,
but
yeah,
first
but
year.
he's a first year, yeah.
Yeah, it's usually with all receivers that it's their second year they really develop.
Cooper Cup kinda, but this was like one of his like what fourth year, fifth year, somewhere around there. But he's still developed. You get the point though. Rondale Moore also is gonna do pretty good this season, I believe, from the Arizona Cardinals.
Doing more. Yeah, he had some good highlight plays last year. So me personally, I would love OBJ on the Cowboys because the defense is still good. They still have Demarcus Lawrence.
Oh yeah, the
And,
Marcus. Isn't that the dude with the weird glasses?
yeah, number 90. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is him.
He's been there for a while. And you still have Micah Parsons as well.
Oh yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Another soon to be second year player as well.
They have Trayvon Diggs, who's getting cooked by his practice squad.
Dude, honestly, but Trayvon will be fine. He just gambles too much. He tries to undercut routes way too much. He loves his interception. He loves his little stat padding.
He assumes where they're gonna go too much instead of watching, because if you watch him try and guard somebody or cover somebody, they'll like fake it and he'll assume, oh, they're immediately going there, because he'll fall for it, because he doesn't think they're gonna cut the other way when they know they watch film. All right, that's their whole job.
A prime example is that is when the Cowboys played the Patriots in Week 4. Cowboys scored with minute 50 left, I believe, and Mac Jones had the ball on the very first play of that drive after the Cowboys scored a touchdown and take the lead, 26-21. Mac does an absolute 75-yard bomb to Kendrick Bourne, and Trayvon Diggs was on Kendrick Bourne, and you can clearly see in the replay, Kendrick Bourne did a nice little double move on Trayvon, who was playing man, obviously. Trayvon sold the double move so hard, and then it's just safety back there, so you couldn't get there in time. So it's just clear. I mean, dude, Trayvon's a fine cornerback. I mean, 11 interceptions speaks for itself, but he just got to stop gambling, though.
He let up the most
Now-
yards too last year. I think he let up like almost the same amount of yards Cooper Cup received. That's disgusting. That's so bad. That's horrible. But yeah, 11 interceptions. 11 interceptions. I can't knock that. That's pretty good.
It means something. But back to the offensive side, though. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think OBJ is going to sign there. I think Jerry Jones will be happy to sign him, but it's just not what OBJ asked for. I think he's just going to end up re-signing with the Rams. Because that's the perfect situation he wanted. They got Cooper Cup, the one, obviously. They got Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson, OBJ, they're
Oh my
kind of...
God, yeah, they did get Allen Robinson too.
Kind of a little bit as a 2 and 3.
I like it, yeah. Not well, I
Yeah.
don't because I'm facing them week 1, but
Rams, Bills, man. Well, like the people who make the schedule, bro, are just so clever.
they are
The
smart.
defending champs went against the. I mean, dude, the way the media's, marking it up to be the
Panthers,
Bills going to the
Browns,
Super Bowl.
Broncos,
Panthers,
Seahawks,
Browns, Broncos, Seahawks. I'm just gonna say that. Dude, it's crazy.
a lot. Isn't it? What's week 1? Who do the Raiders play? I don't think they play the Packers. That would make
The
sense.
Raiders, they probably play someone in their division, AFC North. So either the Browns, Steelers, or Ravens.
The Raiders aren't even in the North. They're in the West.
Oh yeah, why not think of the North?
Because we were just talking about
Oh,
the
yeah.
Browns.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Alright.
Whatever. I made a lot of mistakes already, so who cares?
All right. What's the Patriots' biggest concern? Because obviously they lost man J.C. Jackson. They lost Calvin, our linebacker. So
Mhm.
what do you think, Nick?
I think their biggest concern is if Mac Jones can't make that second-year leap as a quarterback, because you saw what he could do in his first year, obviously, and you can see what Damian Harris has been doing as well. So if he improves and Judon can keep that consistency with his defense, I think they should be fine. Missing J.C. Jackson is a big blow, but it's not gonna like kill your defense, right? You still have another one, as long as it's not a Brian Hoyer type quality player, even though it's a different position. You should be fine, okay? Even if it was Trayvon Diggs, it doesn't matter. Like, you can still make a play. You don't need to be a star. Like, Jacoby Myers didn't get his first touchdown. This is a stupid analogy, by the way. But Jacoby Myers didn't get his first touchdown until this year. But he's still a good player, right? And if, like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but you get what I'm saying, alright? This is a horrible analogy. I don't know where I was
The
going with
first
that.
player to ever get 1,000 yards with no touchdowns.
It's crazy. But yeah, if you're missing, like, one player, it's not going to kill you. You'll be fine. It's like an injury. Think of it as an injury. You lost J.C. Jackson for the season. And the next season. And the next season. But
Yeah.
anyways, it doesn't matter because I think the Patriots will be fine. I just need to worry about because I think Bill Belichick's fine. It's just it depends on how his team can execute it. I think.
Um, yeah, I'm not getting too worked up about J.C. Jackson because I mean the Bill Belichick defense mostly plays zone coverage. Adrian Phillips is a great zone safety. Duggar's coming on really well right now. There's some linebacker questions. Van Noy's departure. It's a
Yeah.
Hightower getting up there in age. Guys like Josh Uche is going to need to step up. And the one guy we drafted last year, I forget his name, but he was out the whole season with his ACL tear. We're going to see more of him.
Mm.
The media is hyping up the whole offensive coordinator thing with Matt Patricia. It's so stupid, man. I mean, they just got nothing to talk about. It's really not that big of a deal. If Belichick needs to take time away from the defense and put it into the offense.
Mm-hmm. Belichick
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm not
need
gonna
offensive coordinators. Or defensive coordinator. He's all.
Belichick can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never doubted this man. I'm not gonna doubt him this time.
And also, I forgot to mention, the Bills still have Greg Russo as well, who I think is going to make a big leap this season as a
Yeah,
defensive
second
player.
year
He's
check.
going to be a key player for us. Because he was pretty good his rookie season. I like that. I like him. He's great.
Yeah, and the things a player like him does won't show up on the stat sheet really. 'Cause it's all just, I mean, as a nose tackle like that, it's all just QB pressure. He's never gonna get sacks. Very rarely will he get sacks. It's just the QB pressures. Guys like that are really valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the Niners gave Jimmy Dree, Jimmy Dree, Jimmy Dree. He gave trade permissions. So obviously the Niners are all in on Trey Lance this year.
I like it. Oh, yeah. The episode didn't record. I said Trey Lance and Debo Samuel will be the best wide receiver QB combo this season.
That's a fire ass dude. That'll be fun to watch. I don't
That'd be
think it'll
great.
that'll be the most fun to watch. Yeah. But, where do you think Jimmy G's gonna land, Nick?
Um, if I was Jimmy Garoppolo, I said this to you earlier. I'm gonna stick with it. I would want to go to Seattle, even though it's kind of a division rival. It doesn't matter because like they have Drew Lock, but they also have DK Metcalf. They still have Tyler Lockett, who's kind of stuck at where he's at with his skill. And Chris Carson retired, which sucks because like he was not bad. He was pretty good, and he got a neck injury, unfortunately. So I think if Jimmy G goes to Seattle, they won't be as good as. Actually, they might be better than last year because Russell Wilson got injured and then came back and was garbage. So I don't know. I think they'll do the same as last year if they do get him. It would be kind of nice to see something different than Drew Lock in Seattle, even though I'm not a Seahawks fan. It just looks weird. Like the Seahawks having some bum QB instead of like a good QB. It just like I don't like it.
Just gonna have to tank this year and see what happens.
Mhm. But yeah, I think he's gonna go to the Seahawks. Wait, I'm gonna guess where you think he's gonna go. You said the Browns, didn't you?
Do you think the Browns? But I do want to bounce off your Seahawks though, because Drew Lock. Mid-tier.
Hold on. Or the Saints. Or the Saints if Jameis Winston can't do good. Your jersey reminded me of it. Anyways. Or Steelers.
MVP jersey.
Or Steelers.
No, not Steelers. Pickett and Trubisky. They're fine.
Well, if they don't work out, then Steelers. But
I think this is Jameis. Well, to the Saints, this is Jameis last year. If he doesn't perform this year, then they're gonna get into QB. But
probably.
that's not the question though. Yeah, the Browns. Well, obviously, Deshaun suspended for 6 games. NFL is trying to appeal it for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't get that.
This is the fourth highest paid QB in the NFL. And what was it? 25 allegations. Even though
22, I
they
think.
all didn't work out. I mean, it's still 25. I mean, come on.
I think it was 22.
I mean, to have a kind of, he's not the face of the NFL, but like, kind of like that, like a high paid guy, fourth highest paid QB. And, I mean, 6 games is enough, to be honest. To have no games at all,
Well,
I should.
I think you should have more than Calvin Ridley was suspended for. Hey, I don't think Calvin Ridley should have been suspended at all. That's ridiculous. Like, a whole season because he wanted to try and win more money in the offseason, but Deshaun Watson's accused of doing naughty things to girls illegally. That's
And DeAndre
bullshit.
Hopkins too. He had some
Yeah.
performance enhancing
Yeah,
stuff.
he literally cheated. He literally
Yes,
cheated.
only 6 games, bro. I know.
I don't understand. I don't get it. It's so bullshit. Oh my god, Roger Goodell, get fucking. I don't know. Just fuck you. Anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Jimmy G to the Browns. Me personally, I don't think Jimmy G should be a starting QB anymore. Cause Kyle Shanahan has never done bad with a mid-par QB. He makes the mid-par QBs look better,
Yeah.
especially in the Niner system. To all the playmakers they had, I mean, it was
Debo was a
hard
running
not to-
back and wide receiver. So.
Yeah, it was hard not to look good for Jimmy G.
Oh yeah, they also lost Raheem Mostert. But I think Debo was only doing the running back role because Raheem got injured.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. But Jimmy G, going in for Deshaun Watson, because if the next up is Jacoby Brissett. So I think the Browns definitely still have a good season. Why you just do that?
Jacoby Brissett. Oh my
you
god.
that, bro. That's my man right there. I disrespect him. But I'll say I would have Jimmy G over Brissett. And I think if I'm Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm looking for the most success. I'm going to the Browns.
Okay, that's not bad.
So back to the Cowboys. Damn, we're talking about the Cowboys a lot. I feel like
America's sweet team.
America's team, baby. So
It should be the Patriots because they're literally like the Patriots. Like I don't.
Yeah.
And they're the best franchise in NFL history.
Nick, I love you, bro. Hey, so Nick, is Dak or Mike McCarthy under the most pressure this year?
I think if Dak can lead them past the second round, or past the first round because they got eliminated last year, and that was Dak's fault. So if Dak can prove himself to actually like be smart in clutch situations, unlike Chase Claypool, I think Mike McCarthy's under more of a hot seat than Dak is because he's been running that offense and team really for like the past however many years, and they haven't done shit. All right, they've been good, but they've been on and off. Like
It's about time.
they're good,
Really.
bad, good, bad. Like I don't know. I get those injuries and stuff, but still.
Yeah, this one's pretty obvious. I think McCarthy. But I'm gonna say why it's not Dak. He's been pretty solid his whole career. I mean, even last year.
He's still a top 10 QB. He's not bad.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just over 4,400 passing yards last season, 37 touchdowns, 10 receptions, a 104 passer rating.
Only 10 interceptions?
Oh, he was really solid. I've said this before with Mike McCarthy that after he won in 2010 with Aaron Rodgers, after that he just never really adapted to the new NFL, the upcoming NFL, because that's why he didn't have a job for a while.
Hmm.
I still think the Cowboys should have picked up Sean Payton, to be honest. I think
Ooh.
they do that.
Yeah.
Win this year. Like Mike McCarthy's like right there on the brink right now. But I'd love to see Sean Payton in Dallas.
That'd be cool. Another movie's gonna get made about him, but
So Nick, what is your first thought? We talked about this a little bit. What's your first thought on the NFL appealing the Deshaun Watson suspension? Trying to.
stupid. Why would you ever? It's like advertising him. Like, oh, this dude just got accused for SA. Let me just, or whatever it was. It was something like that. Let me just advertise him by saying, I don't want him to be suspended. I want him to play for being a fucking idiot outside of the field. But a dude who's trying to win money, I get it's gambling, right? But he's over the age of 21, so why does it matter? All right.
Yeah, everybody gambles.
It was on the It doesn't matter if you gamble on your own sport. You don't know who's gonna win unless there's actually script writers, and that's different. But why would he be suspended for the whole season? And DeAndre Hopkins, like we said earlier, be suspended 6 games for literally cheating. Literally cheating. I don't.
Barry Bonds type shit, man.
Except that back then they allowed Barry Bonds to do that because,
Yeah.
anyways.
I can't disagree with you. I mean, it's stupid. The whole Kevin Ridley thing. I thought, man, I even was for giving him more than 6 games, to be honest.
Mm. I give him like 10, or maybe the
Um,
season rather. I don't give a
I
shit.
was thinking 10 or maybe the season. Yeah.
Either one works.
Yeah, I mean, 25 cases like that, it shouldn't be overlooked, obviously. And I mean, that court case went on for months and months. So there's not much need to be said. I mean, I hope they don't appeal it fully. I hope he still gets his 6 games.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's crazy. All right, so now I explain this. I get a little bit of context here, but the Stephen Ross and the Dolphins. Basically, the Dolphins are gonna forfeit a first round
Oh
selection.
yeah.
Yeah, third round selection in the 2024 draft. And plus, the owner, Stephen Ross, is suspended through October 17th. Have to pay a $1.5 million fine. So basically, what happened was back in the 2018-2019 season with Tom Brady and the Patriots, it was obviously Tom was on his last year with the Pats because they had no weapons. Tom was miserable.
Mhm.
So Stephen Ross, it's behind the scenes talks with Tom Brady, trying to get him come to Miami, which is illegal, by the way.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I
That's
can't remember.
that's tampering.
Yeah, 'cause I know in the NBA, players and players can talk, but I don't think in the NFL can players and players talk.
Yeah, that's allowed. But you can't like the only reason you get fined for tampering is like blackmailing them. Like, oh, if you sign here, like college, like Penny Hardaway got punished because he paid like James Wiseman or something to come to Memphis or something like that. So you can't do
Yeah,
that. That's what that is. But if you're like, hey, like offering a thing to them, like negotiating a deal is not tampering. But if you're like, hey, if you come play with us, we'll give you like secretly this, or you'll be able to do this in the clubhouse or something like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm. And so that was the whole Tom Brady situation. Then even with Sean Payton as well, he was still on contract with the Saints, and he was
Isn't
trying
that
to
when
work
he
the
got
back.
suspended?
What?
Isn't that when he got suspended?
Yeah, because Steve Ross trying to work the back channels with Sean Payton for him to become the head coach and get Tom Brady in, which that would have been dope, obviously,
That would have
but
been so cool.
do it the right way. And plus, this didn't apply to any of his punishments, but I do want to mention the whole thing with Brian Flores last year. 'Cause that team was like 1-7, then won 8 in a row to finish out the season. So you would think, they wouldn't fire Brian Flores. But obviously they did. And there's these whole talks that
It
Brian
was
Flores
racist
is
or something.
saying that, oh, I'll give you 100K for each game you lose. Obviously they just wanted to tank. But that was just a report. We don't know if that's true.
I don't think it would be. I don't think Brian Flores would do that.
Yeah, no, I doubt
Because
it.
they won 7 in a row. Why would he pay? Why would he do that?
I mean, that's irrelevant, though. It doesn't matter. 'Cause that didn't apply to the punishment. But I do want to say one thing about the punishment. I like the suspension, but a $1.5 million fine, yeah, that's really nothing to Stephen Ross, man. Might as
It's
well just
nothing to
fine him a
any
penny.
owner. Any owner.
I don't know exactly. So I don't like that. I mean, what he did with all that tampering, was terrible. And even that tampering stuff happens all the time. It really does.
Mhm.
It just doesn't catch it. I think if they do catch it, they gotta, boost the fine a little bit to kind of make sure nobody else does it.
Mhm.
Because to be honest, this is just me personally. It doesn't really matter, but I can totally see Sean McVay working the back channels with OBJ. I mean, I
I can
could have
see
totally
that.
saw
You
that.
just don't fucking like him, but I can also see that.
Jonathan is alright, but he's a little bit of a cheerleader. Alright, so Julio Jones to the Bucks, Nick. What was your first thoughts when this went down?
Should have came to the Bills. I said that to you like
Oh
immediately.
my god.
I swear. You know
Up
that's
or
what I
Kareem Hunt to
said.
the Bills? I mean, shit, dude.
I mean, if you want to win a Super Bowl, come to Buffalo. Okay, the one time we're gonna win out of like 5 appearances.
That's
All
true.
right. we got Von Biller. We got Stephon Diggs. We got Josh Allen. All right. We got Gabe Davis, who's up and coming. We got James Cook, the better
Sam
Cook brother. Most of Greg Russo. But yeah, if like that would have been like a good spot as well, because he would have had like maybe he's doing the same thing as OBJ where he wants a less workload. That's why he's taking the third string spot, but he's not going to get like subbed in half the time. which it wouldn't make any sense why he, you know,
Yeah.
why he'd take that. I'd say if I was him, I'd rather be a 2 because he's getting older, and he was on the Titans, but maybe that's I don't know. I don't know why he. I mean, I guess he got injured, but I would still be a 2 because you'd still get the ball, just not as much as you were in your prime because you want more longevity and stuff.
I don't think he wants the ball that much at this point in his career. All right, so
But he wants
at
to win,
first,
so why didn't he come to Buffalo?
yeah, well, I mean, Tampa Bay is right there too. I mean, you can't lie.
I can go see him actually.
That's true.
And
Yeah,
I probably actually am gonna go to a game.
that would be dope. You should.
My mom
So,
wants to.
my first thought was this was a good move considering that Chris Godwin was gonna be out like the first like 6 games.
Oh yeah, Chris
The
Godwin.
first thing that came to my mind when this went down is to be fair, I'm not comparing Julio Jones and Randy Moss at all. But it's kind of like in after the
Oh.
06 season. I said this with Nick before, but the Raiders had Randy Moss at the end of the 06 season. Then they traded him away to the Patriots for a bag of chips, and it was a 5th round pick. So it is practically nothing. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, 07 was history.
Yeah.
Julio Jones isn't going to live up to that Randy Moss season. It's kind of giving me that type of vibe, I think. I mean, I think 1,000+ yards, 6
It's
touchdowns.
just the same quarterback too.
Exactly.
I would like to see Julio win a ring, but I also want to see the Bills win. But if the Bucks do win, I won't be mad because Brady getting his 8th would be absolutely insane. He's got to play to get it on both hands, dude. He's got to.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Dude,
Yeah,
imagine that. Hey, look at this ring. Oh, this is half a decade. And this is another half of a decade. Like, imagine that, a decade of rings on your fingers.
I know, dude,
Crazy,
it's crazy.
dude.
But yeah, I love the move, and I think it's a little bit slept on. I think it's gonna work out really good. All right, so this has been bothering me for a while, but after that, top 10 list came out of QBs with the executive and stuff like that. Mark Jackson's left off of it.
Oh
a little
no, no!
So, Nick, just like in general, give me your thoughts on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens this season.
Dude, if Johnny was here, he'd fucking out.
Can't even tell you back.
Lamar Jackson, you get annoyed at me for bringing this up, but he did throw pretty bad. And I was watching Wyatt's World the other day, like for 2 seconds, and he said Lamar can throw, but it's very inconsistent, and I can agree with him on that. Instead of saying he can't pass, because he can. He occasionally can have like really good games. Like you mentioned once, he like had how many passing yards and touchdowns that only like a few quarterbacks can do. I don't remember what you said, but it was historic. But I think Lamar is a top 10 quarterback. I just don't think he's top 5.
I don't either.
He'll be top 5 if he can learn to consistently throw the ball. Then he'll probably be the best in the league. But I don't know. I think he's a top 10 quarterback. I think he is better than who did Johnny say was better than him? Kyler Murray.
Hey, Kyler, Dak, and Carr.
Kyler,
I
Dak.
agree with Dak.
Dak I can see, but Kyler.
Everything Kyler does, Lamar does better. To be honest,
That's true. Yeah. So Lamar's like 9 or he's somewhere up
I
there.
don't think Carr. He's one-dimensional.
Yeah, he's just a pass guy.
Hey, I'll bounce off of that. He should have been at least top 7, top 8. But
Okay.
obviously he wasn't. And I think they're so stuck up on last season. I mean, Lamar only played 12 games, and he still got sacked a career high 38 times. Obviously, the O-line was booty cheeks. 17 injuries combined with the offense and defense. 17 stars were out with injury the whole season. Offense and defense combined. Plus Lamar his own issues. Oh, shit. What was Lamar's injury?
It was like an ankle injury, I think.
Ankle, something like that. Missed 5 games. But the Ravens were like
They were
6
good.
and 1.
They were first seed.
They were 6 and 1. Obviously, Lamar went down the team tank. So, about his arm, he can definitely throw the ball. Like, he has a lot of throw power. Like, he threw 50 yards on one knee.
His accuracy is just very eh.
accuracy, I agree with that, and his decision making
Yeah,
too.
decision making. I was gonna say that.
Not his decision making to like either scramble or pass, but it's just purely
Decision
passing. I mean,
making
there were
when he's
times,
under pressure and he sees him coming towards him and he's running and he can't get past him. I don't think he thinks to. He doesn't throw out of bounds very often, does he?
no,
I think it's
he's
'cause
always trying to get yards. Yeah,
I think it's because he wants to get those yards, but you can't. You gotta be smart. Like, this is what. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but think of what Tom Brady would do if that came to him. Either he's gonna see the field and see that he can hit somebody getting open, or he's gonna realize, hey, I can't run, so I'm just gonna throw it out and save us yards, save a turnover, and probably score because of it. He just needs to get that
it's just
IQ.
maturity, you know. It's gonna come in time. Just learn to give up on drives. But there were times last season. I know week 2 against the Chiefs, he threw it. It was like a third down.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously he wanted the first down. He threw into triple coverage to Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown, great receiver, but he's not fucking Randy Moss. He doesn't have that kind of size.
Hmm.
He's an outside the numbers, speedy guy. So he definitely has to learn that. Just learn to take field goals. Best kicker in the league. The thing I am worried about though, they are getting the O line back, but the receivers are pretty slim this year. I mean, I think everyone's saying that Rashad Bateman. I totally agree. Second year
Yeah,
receiver,
Rashad Bateman.
injuries last year. He's gonna really step up this year. Mark Andrews is, we know what he can do. We know his ceiling and floor.
He's very good.
This
That one
team-
hand catch on that pass interference.
Yep, that was
That was
against the
disgusting.
Browns? I thought it was against the Browns.
I think it might have been. I think it
That
was.
doesn't matter. But yeah, Mark Andrews is a baller. J.K. Dobbins coming back as well.
That reminds me of
Which-
the Hobbit or whatever, because of what was it? Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I think because Dobbins like first 2 years he had a pretty big workload, and he didn't split with anybody. So I think they're getting Gus Edwards back last year. Gus Edwards got hurt during training camp. So that'll be a nice 1-2 punch because you have Gus, who's just a pure runner, not a pass catcher. Then you got Dobbins, who do a little bit of both. So I like this team going to this year, and yeah, I can't wait to see what Lamar does. All right, that's it, folks. Another football one in the books. That was chill, right?
Yeah, that was good. It was longer than
I
our
like-
basketball one, actually. That's kind of interesting.
That felt pretty long.
It's 40 minutes.
But, yeah, boys, we'll get the uploads back up. Obviously, it has some technical difficulties the past few ones.
School's coming
well,
up
we
too,
got
so
the-
it'll be harder, but we'll find something out.
Yeah, we got those cleaned up. We got some more uploads out. Plus, we got the NFL season starting up soon. NBA's around the corner as well. So, a lot more content coming out soon, and see you guys next time.